Nintendo's September 2023 Direct just dropped, and some people are saying that the Switch is dying. But as for myself, I like to think of it more of its golden years, its twilight age. I fully expect more games to come out even after a successor is announced and launched. But this very well may be the last full year we have before any successor or other hardware is out. So let's go over the rest of this year and into the next and see what Nintendo has planned. Here is my take on the polarizing September 2023 Nintendo Direct. Every time there's a Nintendo Switch Direct, there are always fans that are going to be upset that their favorite IP wasn't revived or they don't like what was shown. Especially when it comes to the September Direct, as that's geared more towards the Japanese market and the Tokyo Game Show that goes on around the same time. Even still, the online discourse around this particular Direct is that it didn't live up to the high expectations set upon it. So I wanted to go through each game shown in the Direct in release order to help visualize the roadmap to the Switch successor. First up, we have our Shadow Drops, or the games that were made available immediately after. The first one is Horizon Chase 2. It's actually a sequel to a game that came out on the Switch in 2018 called Horizon Chase Turbo. It is a mobile game, but it is a love letter to the Top Gear days on the SNES. Fans who had given up hope on a sequel are pretty excited for this. As the story goes, Epic Games bought the developer of this game and made them start to work on Fortnite. So all hope for a sequel to Horizon Chase Turbo was lost. But the sequel's out. I went ahead and bought it and played a little bit of it. Racing fans, enthusiasts should be pretty excited about this one. I didn't notice any real performance issues on the Switch. It is multi-platform, and for $20, you could do a lot worse. The second Shadow Drop game released on the PC earlier this year in April. It's called War Tales. It seems to be an above average tactical RPG that still has a little bit of that early access jank. So for $40, I can't really recommend this one on the Switch, at least not now. I would wait for a sale and wait for the early access stuff to kind of come out of it. So that one's a full wait for a sale. The third game that came out is Trombone Champ. And this was a favorite rhythm game of 2022. And as a fan of rhythm games and hearing the hype around this one last year, I picked it up for $15 and I didn't notice any performance issues on the Switch. It's a fun, memorable romp for fans of the genre. Full disclosure, I still own and play Rock Band 4, so I'm a bit of a rhythm game enthusiast. This game seems to translate the multiplayer aspect into rhythm games fairly well. I'm very excited to show this to my nieces and nephews. It's a little silly sometimes, but it's a fun experience for the whole family. The last of the 4 games that were shadow dropped is actually one that comes free with NSO. Any subscription tier, doesn't have to be just the expansion pack. F-Zero 99. Now, it was rumored that we would see something F-Zero at this Direct, and F-Zero fans might have been asking for something else, like a GX remaster, but this is a passionate project from Nintendo. I play Tetris 99 weekly, or even daily sometimes, and this is even more polished and just a great take on the F-Zero franchise. F-Zero fans should not be taking this game as a slap in the face, and more as a way for Nintendo to gauge interest in the series going forward. Honestly, I can gush over this game for a little while longer, but in the interest of keeping this video under an hour, I'm going to have to just say, try it for yourself. This game is awesome. Check it out. Moving into the October lineup of games, we have Wargroove 2 on the 5th, and while the original was a great spiritual successor to the Advance Wars series, with the actual Advance Wars series now on the Switch, I'm not really certain how this fits into the current Switch landscape. It is only $16 at the moment, but I really think you're better off buying the Advance Wars remakes. You get 2 excellent remade games. I won't be picking this one up, but fans of the genre should probably give it a go. It's not too expensive. On the 6th of October, Detective Pikachu Returns comes out. Full transparency, this really isn't marketed to me. This seems to be more marketed towards children who like Pokemon. Pokemon isn't my favorite, and I never did play Detective Pikachu 1 for the 3DS, and these graphics are not doing it for me. Usually it's easy for me to forgive graphics growing up in the N64 era, but there's something weird about these ones particularly that I'm not interested in. Now for the strangest announcement in this direct. Among Us is coming out with a new map in October. Now I'm all for DLC being shown off at these particular events, but this one struck me a bit odd as it's just one map. There are definitely Among Us fans out there, and although the game may have fallen from its peak, I'm glad they're still supporting it. Just don't see the reasoning to include this in a Nintendo Direct. Finishing up October on the 26th, Day of the Diver is coming to the Switch, and it was long rumored to be. I was waiting for the Switch port to check this out. After having played the demo, I cannot suggest this to anyone. The load times are very egregious, longer than they should be. It feels like there is an issue with the porting process here. I'm not sure if the full game is going to have these exact same problems, but at least at the moment, the Switch is not the platform to buy this game. If you own anything else, try it out there first because the load times just kill the experience for me. Avoid this Switch port at all costs. Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, comes out the 1st of November. Although not a huge League of Legends fan myself, I am actually interested in playing this third-person action-adventure game. I don't know if it's the visuals or the universe that it's set in, but it seems like I'll be giving this one a try. Maybe not on my Switch, but we'll see how it reviews. November 3rd, WarioWare Move It. I love this series and enjoyed the latest game on the Switch. However, there is one thing that's a bit off about this version. It's Wario's voice.
Trip with these chumps doesn't feel like a prize.
To me, it was very jarring to not hear Charles Martinet, but that won't stop me from forcing people to play it with me. I'm excited to pick this one up. Super Crazy Rhythm Castle also comes out in November. This one is a rhythm game with a unique art style. It describes itself as a puzzling co-op mashup unlike you've ever heard. I'm interested to check this one out. I don't know if $40 is a great price for this, but maybe I'll pick it up on a sale. Then November 17, we have Super Mario RPG. We got a closer look here at the remake in the Direct. The changes to the game seem to be all for the better. It's one of those games where I don't think we have to see it anymore. It's coming out fairly soon. The marketing for it should be pretty large after Super Mario Wonder. And people seemed really excited about this one. Just labeled as Holiday 2023, we have Eastward Octopia. Now this is a fan favorite RPG from 2021. Not 100% my thing, but I'm really happy for fans of the IP. Also for Holiday 2023, we have the final wave of DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This was a bit of a strange announcement. I was expecting we would see more courses, but we actually got 4 new characters and 1 announced Wii track. I'm not sure exactly where Nintendo's going to put these 4 characters, if they're going to be alt skins of additional characters, but I really have been enjoying the DLC so far, and can't wait for this one to drop this holiday. Moving into 2024, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown comes out on the 18th of January. Now, we've actually seen this game quite a bit. This is another look at the Metroidvania style game here. If you're looking for more info about this game and you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and check out the Completionist video review about this. He got some hands-on time with this game, and if you're on the edge about buying this game, I would definitely check out his video. February 14th, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 gets an unexpected port. These trilogy of games are some of the best in the series, but as someone who's played the games recently, I'm not really looking to go back to these anytime soon. But maybe wait for a sale. $27 on these might not be worth it in my opinion. February 16th, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Now I had heard that a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game would be here at the Direct, but I wasn't expecting a remake of the Game Boy Advance game. Fans of the series like this one, even though it's, in my opinion, not as great as Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. This is one Switch exclusive that I find hard to recommend at the price point of $50. But, just maybe, Nintendo added in all the e-reader levels and there's a bunch of extra stuff in there, and it might be worth it. We just have to wait and see. We don't have a whole lot of info on this one just yet. In March, Unicorn Overlord comes out on the 8th. It's a turn-based tactics game by Vanillaware. Now, Vanillaware has a bit of a reputation in the gaming industry here, so I saw a lot of people excited for this. I actually really like the visual style, but I can pretty much promise you I'm not going to play this game. I might pick it up when it goes on sale, but it's not really my cup of tea. We finally got some more information about the Princess Peach game, including the title of Princess Peach Showtime, which comes out March 22nd. Now, as far as the gameplay that we've seen, we haven't seen a whole lot yet. It's really giving me Puppeteer vibes for the PS3, and I really like that game. So I'm excited to check this one out, but we still don't really know that much about it yet. Then in April, we have Aiden Chronicle Haunted Heroes. It's a JRPG I won't be picking up, but I'm excited for the fans of the IP. Going into early 2024, we have Contra Operation Galuga. Now, the original game on NES has been on my backlog for quite some time. I had never beat the game all the way through, and this game looks to be returning to the roots of the series, and so old fans should be pretty excited about this one. Also in early 2024, we have another Code 2 Memories. Now, this is a remake of two murder mystery games, one for the DS and one for Wii. Some fans of this series are pumped, but it's really not intriguing enough for me to pick up, especially at $60. Maybe I'll buy it on a sale. In spring 2024, we have Battle Crush. This is the free-to-play mobile game, Battle Royale. You're in teams of 3. It has an open beta you can sign up for that begins in October. I don't really see myself joining the list there. Hopefully it gets enough of a following where it doesn't have to close after a year, but with these live service games, you just never know. Splatoon 3 is getting DLC called Side Order. The concept of this seems really cool. I loved the Octo expansion DLC for Splatoon 2, and more single-player content for me is going to be great. I do have issues with Splatoon 3 when it comes to connection, even though my internet's pretty good. It does seem to have more connection issues than other Switch games that I play online. But I'm still really excited for the new tower mode here. It looks to be awesome single-player DLC. In the release window of summer 2024, we have Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. This is a port of the 3DS game with some minor changes. For those of you who haven't played the 3DS game and like this series or interested in this series, I definitely recommend checking this game out. Seems like it's going to be the definitive version to play. There are 4 games that just have the release year of 2024. The first one is Spy X Anya, which is a Japanese manga turned anime that kind of gets a spin-off adventure. This game is set in the universe and seems to lean into this photo diary mechanic that we've been seeing in a couple of different games out there. It's not really my thing, but if you love the anime universe, I'm sure this is a great game for you. Also in 2024, we have Saga Emerald Beyond. This is Square Enix bringing another JRPG to the Switch. For those of you begging for more info on this, check out Square Enix's site. Even though this game is probably coming out in over a year, they have quite a bit of information on there. Check it out. In 2024, we have Bandle Tale, a League of Legends story. This is made by the developers of Graveyard Keeper. The League of Legends lore fans of you out there should be interested in this. It's an RPG simulation game. And last, but definitely not least, in 2024, we have Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. There's not a whole lot here that I'm going to add to the conversation that's already been said about this game, except for this was the highlight of the show for a lot of people. I'm excited for potential new fans to check out this game. I've played it a couple times, never finished it all the way through. Definitely enjoyable, something that longtime Nintendo fans have been asking for a while, and I'm happy that it can get into the hands of the new generation of gamers. There were 2 non-software announcements in the Direct, including release dates for Amiibo and the new Nintendo Museum. I was most excited for the Sora Amiibo officially being announced, and I already have my pre-orders for the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo. So that was it. That was the Nintendo Direct. The next 6 to 10 months seem to be filled with ports and remasters and a few great games sprinkled in there. Overall, for me, a good Direct. I was excited to check out a few of the games that were released that day. Don't sleep on F-Zero 99. Let me know of your thoughts of the Direct and what you're most excited to play, and I'll see you next time.